Hello, it's Avery. Welcome to the channel. It's Tuesday, which means I'm out here in beautiful Long Beach getting ready for Eldo. Tonight I'm riding my Ridley Helium that probably doesn't have frame damage. Also, my favorite part of warming up is looking at my shadow and pretending I'm a shrimp. Just like that, we are off to begin the 60-minute Pro 1-3 category race.
But in terms of the speed, the tactics, look at this going on.
Man, big field tonight. Fast it was. This race we ended up averaging 27 miles per hour, which was about half a mile per hour faster than my previous Eldo video. I was really excited to see the larger field because I typically do much better when there's 20 plus people at Eldo, because there's just more opportunities to rest, more wheels to follow, and generally I can stick with it and get a better result at the end. So this race started off pretty expectedly, where it was chill until somebody kind of went off the front and the pace picked up a bit. But what was completely unexpected was about halfway through the first lap, the legend Rasan Bahati pulled up next to me and had this to say.
I wanted to show you last week. Yeah, it's been cool watching you progress. When I think I first started noticing you, so yeah, last week.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Thanks for the question. Well, the reason he couldn't tell me last week was because I got dropped 25 minutes into the race. But anyway, it was unbelievable to hear Rasan tell me those kind words. I mean, he didn't have to say that, but to hear somebody as amazing of a bike racer as Rasan Bahati to recognize how much I progressed as a bike racer, I'm lost for words. It's really quite unbelievable. I remember my first Cat 3 race ever was a year ago at one of these Eldos, and I remember I didn't see that Rasan was in the race at the start, and I'm about a lap into the race and I see these chrome Cadex wheels passing me, and I realized who it was, and I was just in awe. It was unbelievable to be able to race with him. And I remember after that race, I was texting all my friends about how I had just done a race with Rasan Bahati and how amazing it was. And after this race, I was texting all my friends that I can't believe what Rasan just said to me. So, this was the highlight of my biking career so far. Really amazing. I appreciate the kind words. So getting into the race tactics, this race started with, I think, 3 guys named Luke that were all really strong riders, but one Luke in particular, Luke Fetzer from the Austin Outlaws, he's coming up here on the right with the pink bike and the orange kit. So he was really one to watch. On Sunday this week, he had just gotten second, winning the field sprint at the race in Upland. So I had this thought that, one, he wasn't going to get left behind by any means. So if he wasn't in the move, we were okay. And then also that probably people weren't going to chase unless he was chasing. So whether that was a correct thought or not, it kind of helped me relax and think that, okay, I don't need to chase many moves. I can kind of sit in the wheels and just follow as long as he's around and I'm in good shape. So skipping ahead to 13 minutes into the race, and the first exciting part for me as we're coming up on the, let's say, very poor pavement portion of the course, and Sharon Smith hits a front flat right in front of me, but being the pro that he is, he just pulls straight to the side and we keep going on. So skipping ahead to a bit over halfway through the race, honestly it was pretty chill until a little bit over halfway when some attacks started to go. So here is an example where there was a move off the front, and then finally Luke Fetzer started to go, so I hopped on the train to follow along. So something I think I did well during this race is when you're in these situations, you know, you see people kind of peeling off and going to the back of the train, and you can see my heart rate's creeping up. Basically, if I get anywhere near 170, that's about my limit where I start to struggle. So, you know, there's always that temptation, especially for me, where, you know, my heart rate's creeping up, I'm following wheels, and I know I could drop off and there's guys behind me who I can follow, but I think the right thing to do is just follow the wheel in front of you. We have a guy super strong at the front pulling us to the brake, so, you know, you either take a break now and you have to hop back on and then chase with whoever's left behind, or you just stay on the strong wheel and kind of suffer through you know, a few seconds more of pain, and then you'll get to rest eventually anyway. What was kind of interesting was at this point, I think we looked back and we actually had a gap to those guys that were dropping off. And I looked around and all three Lukes were in this move, so I thought, hey, let me try to stick with these guys, and maybe this will be my opportunity to get off the front. So the first Luke peels off the front, second Luke takes his pull, and then I decided to pull through. I didn't look back because I was pretty focused on making this brake work, but of course with all three Lukes in the move, there was no way it was going to stick, and the field caught us, so I dropped back and took a little rest while the people came around us. As I mentioned earlier, I got dropped 25 minutes into the race last week, so tonight I didn't consider to conserve my GoPro battery, and it ended up dying 10 minutes before the end of the race. But here's my final stats. So we averaged 27 miles per hour, and to make it all the way to the sprint finish, I had to do 246 watts. If you want to see these stats more in depth, go to my Strava link in the description below. Alright, just finished the race, completely destroyed, but they had popsicles, so I'm alright. Got 7th place, my best result in a pro race ever, so let's go. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you at the next one.